Hello friends, Kairi here, and welcome to another episode of PrimeCraft. Where am I, you ask? Well, I am home.
So we're out here in on Chocolate Island 2, all right? Now we're out here on this mysterious island that we found, covered in dirt. You know anything about that, AC?
I heard a thing, maybe.
So AC has gone nuts and basically taken off of all the mycelium from this lovely place in like no time at all. And we're here to decide some things today. We are going to start our first Dominion on the PrimeCraft server. It's going to be the Fae Dominion. Welcome, folks. And we need to decide if we're going to have different areas out on these islands, or this island, and if so, if each of them is going to have their own block palette, or if we're going to have the same block palettes all over the place. And then we need to decide sort of in what order we're going to do things. So we're first going to cover everything in grass or podsole or stone, and then do something else, or is every project going to be its own little thing, or what are we? How do we want to do things, basically? So that's what we're here to do. And Skoozi is here, and Kairi is here, and AC is here, and I'm here. And in our hands we have a book. What's this, Kairi?
That is the lore I have. Well, essentially, it's the origin of why the Fae are here. And
Right, so, yeah.
go ahead.
So this is the Fae Dominion. That means that all of this is going to have the Fae theme in some sense. It can be Disney fairies, or it can be a Midsummer Night's Dream, or it can be maybe Nordic trolls, like AC. And yeah, so you've written an awesome lore here. Do you want to read it?
Yes. Hold on. Let me open it on my side. Okay. But before anything could be called something, there was magic. Magic was unpredictable, even at this time. A spark of magic and day existed. These sparks of magic led to night and land. Driven by these sparks, plants and animals emerged from land. Now that time existed, millennia passed, and the sparks of magic led to the creation of sentient bipedal creatures that revered magic as a being of respect and worship. These sentient creatures came in many shapes and sizes, but magic united them all. Alas, time passed, and a group of these creatures broke off from the rest. This group gradually denied the existence of magic and became reliant on what the land could give them. Further discoveries by these humans, as they came to be called, led to the development of science. Humans loved science as much as their ancestors loved magic, to the complete denial of magic's existence. Magic swiftly left them. As such, they became husks of themselves, even in death. These undead former humans would mindlessly slay any magic worshipper, as they were called, they came into contact with before disintegrating at dawn. Despite the constant persecution, the magic worshippers never ceased their worship. Magic rewarded them greatly, and their numbers and lifespans increased. Unfortunately, so did the human population, which led to more undead. One day, a massive spark of magic led to the creation of a large island far from humans. This island was magically protected from the undead. Concerned for the survival of their race, the magic worshippers found their way to this island and made their home there. Gradually, different settlements and sub-races emerged. These sub-races gradually evolved into different species according to their form at birth. Thus, the magic worshippers became the Fae and the island Faerie.
Yay!
Bravo.
So you've explained why there are zombies and skeletons in the world as well here.
Well, according to Fae at least. And, well, the reason for spiders and creepers, well, we won't get into that because that's not family friendly.
Okay, that's cool. So the thing is, what do we want to do with this island? That's the springing question, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's big and it's brown.
Yes.
At the moment.
Okay, I'm a bit embarrassed right now. Here I am, a fairy that doesn't know how to fly.
Oh, excellent. I saw you had a
Where are your wings?
Yeah, I don't use my elytra because I don't really know how to use said elytra.
We should arrange a course or something for you.
Yeah.
A Life Train 101
Yeah.
with lecturer AC.
Well, it's pretty easy. I mean, you just find a spot to jump off of, and while you're falling, you hit your space bar to activate it, and then you right-click with your rockets to boost yourself.
Okay,
And
so
you
it's
forget to
spacebar I was supposed to be. Okay, never mind. I think I got that part now. So I have the elytra. I just haven't necessarily.
I would recommend a location up here if you are in need of heights. Alright. And then jump off and press spacebar. And then use your rocket as well. Okay. Let lecturer AC take over the lesson, obviously. Explanation isn't good enough.
I don't know, if you're getting any kind of lag, sometimes you gotta spam that space bar to make it work.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
This is very true.
Then, yeah, you just jump off and spam your space bar, and once you start gliding, you hit your rocket.
Okay.
Oh no!
Face foam!
Ooh. That looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, especially,
Especially
I'm all the way back in the desert.
hit your spawn.
No.
Does anybody have a chest?
I could make one.
I have one right here.
Okay, more torches. Man, you got a lot of torches on your person.
I always have torches.
I never have torches.
So I guess it just kind of depends on what all we want out here.
Yeah,
This is a big place.
it is a big place. Should we make a list of things we can, like areas we could imagine ourselves having, maybe? I don't know where I am now.
Yeah, that's probably a good start.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. We go to the back of this Chinese notice board. Let's see here. Oberon's Court.
Okay, sure. I don't know what that means.
So
No,
Oberon
me
is the king of the fairies in, or of the Fae in A Midsummer Night's Dream. It's like it's like the royal fairy idea, really. So basically, building a castle,
Right.
fairy
Okay.
type castle.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have experience building castles, but the very first thing I ever built that wasn't like a box was a castle. So
Okay, and then I have one, and that's gnomes and goblins, the Nordic fairy theme, if you will.
Their goblins are cool. I like them.
I'll be right back. Just a minute.
And then we have the Disney. Fairies. That's one thing.
that was just an idea on my part. Not necessarily. We don't necessarily have to include that one. We can go more of the traditional,
Fairies.
but
We can have pink wagons and stuff.
there's a lot more
fairy
options
tale
for
fairies.
pink and modded than there is in
okay,
vanilla.
yeah,
So
fairy tale fairies is good. So how do we feel about things like sirens or hags and things like that? Like myths where a mysterious woodland creature lures innocents out into the woods to kill them or eat their soul or have supper.
Like the very evil fairies.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that too.
like with that lore, I tried to make it as vague as I could. So
Yeah. That's good. Evil fairies is good. So what about Lord of the Rings elves?
I personally have never considered elves as part of the Fae, but there's other people can probably argue otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know if they are.
Would their area differ a whole lot from Oberon's court style?
Maybe, maybe that's the point. Maybe that sort of falls into each other or something.
Well, part of my original idea, before I, of course, came up with the lore that I wrote and read, was the fact that the different Fae were too busy at war with each other to worry about the undead, but of course, I came up with a different reason for that, but still. That's something we can probably keep in mind.
That's cool, huh? So, another, for me anyway, very big part of like the fairy or fae is have you seen the paintings of John Bauer?
No, I'm not familiar with him.
Okay, so have you read the Lord of the Rings?
Personally, I got halfway through it and fell asleep.
Okay, did you get to the troll part of Bilbo or the troll part of Lord of the Rings? So, what happens in what happens in Hobbit's Tale or whatever it's called in English is that they encounter some trolls, and they Gandalf, he talks to the trolls until the sun breaks through and the trolls turn to stone. And John Bauer's paintings are kind of like that. So if you don't know them, go look them up.
I will do that.
That's good. So okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things here. I should get us started anyway, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot. That's a lot of building.
Man, that is a lot of building, yeah. So just to reiterate, we have Oberon's courts, and we have gnomes and goblins, the Nordic sort of theme. We have Disney fairies, we have fairy tale fairies, we have evil fairies, like hags and such, and we have Jombar trolls. That's cool. So a lot of this, like Jombar trolls, right, and hags, and gnomes and goblins, requires forest. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some other things as well to do with it. In fact, the only one that doesn't necessarily require a forest is Oberon's court. So we need to have some foresty areas anyway. So that's the thing. Do we want to cover the entire ground in grass, or do we want to have some other material as a base for the ground?
Well, if it
Like
still
we do.
works.
Well,
Should we cover
Grass?
the entire island in mycelium, Ace?
Let's not do that.
I think grass would be easy. I mean, we put a few blocks and it would spread, do most of the work for us.
Yeah.
Then we
Yeah,
can
and that
spice
would
it
be
up
a
where we
whole
want
lot
to.
better with the whole path design I have coming over with, because that involves mycelium. So we don't want to overdo that.
The thing is as well, look at this greenery, right? It's very green and nice.
It's very vibrant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good start for sure. Okay, so we hereby start the grassifying here.
Yes.
Oh, put the flower on it.
You have it in your inventory.
I hereby pronounce the Fae Dominion open.
Hooray!
Yay!
Spread! Spread the grass! Spread! That's my take on it.
Yeah, this may need a time.
We need to give it a hand.
Yeah.
Okay, why is this suddenly going much slower than it was when I had armor on? I tried to get back to the island on top of the bedrock. And somehow it went faster when I had my armor on than I do when I have essentially nothing.
Alright. How do you run?
I don't have anything on me, so I would be dead on the nether fairly quickly. I was right next to the desert portal, so I immediately went through it, so.
Oh, okay. Right, I think that's all the grass I had.
Oh, I have a bunch.
Something spread. So you have what?
I have a lot.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. It's spreading. Yeah, we have essentially doubled the grass input already, I think. That is a very nice green color, honestly.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Personally, I find it a bit ironic that the place with the best grass color is where you don't find it naturally.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all to make us work for it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, AC, could I borrow some grass?
Yeah, man.
That's another Pixar joke.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm by our sign. I assume you have it in your ender chest.
Yeah.
You might have it on your person, of course. Thank you, sir.
Yep, no problem.
Ah, a mushroom. Oh, I'm scared now. What if there's mycelium up there?
There was one out in the ocean too, so he could be here from before.
Yep,
Yeah.
I understand it. Yeah, there's no mycelium there anyway. Well, he's gone now.
I didn't kill all of them, just most of them, because I needed to repair my elytra.
Yeah, I earlier today I went around and killed what I thought was the rest of them, but I might have missed that guy.
I'll just point out to my viewers that you're probably finding it boring to see me walking across bedrock, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, where is this chest?
It's right where you hit the ground.
Okay, thank you.
Don't jump down, go around.
I'm not about to do that again.
It's here. Oh, it's spread a lot here. That's cool. That is excellent. So I had this, I have always thought about the place where the portal is as the beginning of the castle.
Say again?
Oh, excellent.
Yes, well,
Now don't destroy the bed, please.
no.
Right, yeah, so if you guys come up here to the portal. Oh, man, you're all around me. That's the way. Ah!
Ow.
Yeah. Okay, so no fire.
Okay.
Wait,
So
now, wait a second, hold on.
There's a hill over there, and then the land sort of goes up over there as well, and then we have sort of the water here. So in my head, what if we just sort of make a big old platform out of this, sort of from here to that hill, and then landscape it down towards those hills over there, and then landscape it down towards the sea. So basically we cover this whole ravine thing.
Just make it like one giant hill.
And Oberon type stuff, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
that'd be cool.
I hate to interrupt, but did anybody happen to collect a bunch more cooked steak than they thought they did?
Oh yeah, I have the steak, sorry. I thought it was my own. Where are you?
Up
Oh,
here.
there you are. There we go.
Thank you. Look, I thought I was missing
working
something.
already, guys. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's that. So that'll sort of be the central place of the island, and then we can surround it with woods, you know,
Mhm.
and have the other places in there. I don't know if we need to specify it more than that at the moment. Really,
Yes.
what do you think?
Well, maybe not for now, but yeah. Like once we get like the grass growing and stuff, we can figure out what kind of trees we want. And
Yeah.
stuff.
And
Yeah,
just
for sure. Yeah.
and just to let it be known, when it comes to custom trees, I have a big enough tree to deal with. I don't want to do that
Yeah.
again here.
And if only we knew somebody who was good at building custom trees.
I watched this thing. It was called PrimeCraft Season 1. There was this guy. I think it was
Oh, yeah, I think-
Vidargavia, maybe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he was building
something
some
like
pretty
that.
crazy.
Some
custom
weird
trees.
Swedish guy.
Yeah.
The Swedish creeper magnet.
I'm really happy to make trees. All right, and I have several ideas. Okay, so how about trees that are also fairy homes? Right, that's a classic from those Disney films. What
Yeah.
are they called? Tinkerbell. Yeah.
Yeah.
That my kids always watch, and then also trees that have human faces. Think Ents maybe.
Yes.
Human
Ooh,
faces.
yeah,
That
that'd be
have
cool.
faces, right? And then
Yeah.
trees that looks like trolls, maybe, and stuff like that. How's that sound?
That sounds pretty awesome.
That's good. So I can be the tree dude. Can I recommend a wood type though for the trees?
Dark
Or
oak.
logs. I think those are
Yeah,
the
dark oak.
best. But we can also mix, of course. That's the other thing. So it's not. I'm not saying everything has to be dark oak.
Right.
No.
Yeah, and then we can do custom mushrooms as well. Just need to touch these fellas, and yeah, obviously you can have houses in mushrooms as well. There's a Swedish song called "I Want to Live in a Mushroom." Should look it up on YouTube. It's very good. there's a video with an English translation as well. So look that up.
Okay, excellent. We have all kinds of homework tonight.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
John Bauer, I want to live in a mushroom.
Just not at the same time.
No.
No.
Yeah. And I thought as well, speaking of that John Bauer stuff, right? What that is all about is making the boulders look like trolls, basically. So that's another thing we can do in the woods.
So we're gonna have like an evil-y type section, right? Like cave
Yep.
trolls or cave something. Because there's a
Yep.
big old cave around here somewhere
Yes.
with like
it's
a
over here.
really big opening.
Yeah, I think it's over this way. Wish I had ender pearls. I tend to fly into it when I'm flying. but
Oh yeah.
sometimes-
Speaking of ender pearls, anybody have more ender pearls than they thought they did? Because I do remember I had like a stack and some.
Is this the one you were talking about, AC?
It might be. Yeah, it's definitely like that.
Yeah, no, I don't have any ender pearls on me.
I spent so long out here, it all kind of looks alike to me now.
Yeah. Let's just plonk this down here for now. Evil. There's an evil sign there.
I have more ender pearls if you need them, Kairi.
Okay. Okay. Good. I fell off of a hill and didn't die.
Oh, excellent. That's good. That's good. I made the storage system right at my base, and since then my
Thanks.
ender chest is completely empty because everything is in my storage system, and it's not good. I need to rethink that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not empty, but you know, almost.
I have all kinds of stuff in my ender chest.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. I used to have like a mobile inventory really, or mobile storage system in my
Pretty
chest.
much what I got. A little
Yeah.
bit of everything. Almost.
Yeah, well, my ender chest consists of 9 mending books and my fortune pick, so. Well, and on the way to get an emerald beacon, but anyway. That's a lot of emeralds.
You should get yourself some boxes for sure, Kairi. If you don't
Yes.
have a lot of them. We've increased the spawn rate of, or the drop rate of shells. So 1 trip and you'll be set.
Okay, I just have to get up the nerves to actually go in there without somebody else in there. So. Okay, let's see.
Yeah. I find the end scary. I get vertigo in there.
Any dimension other than the overworld. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see here.
I'm alright in the nether. Me and AC has been there a lot.
Yeah.
I
Nether's not
mean, I
too
got a
bad.
base in the nether and Osiris p6. I'm never doing that again.
I almost did it. Apparently I didn't do it fast enough. Anyway.
Right, so up on this here mountain up here, this very steep mountain up here, I can envision quite large trees up on there. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Quite large, maybe custom-made trees that are like homes to the Disney
Oh,
elves,
yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
One
Okay,
of them
so
used to have a waterfall, and it looked pretty good. So maybe we should think about putting one of those back in.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Man, yeah. In fact, I'm putting a sign down here saying waterfall. From this
Yeah, there's
mountain
a
somewhere.
couple natural ones, but I think I
Ah,
must have
okay,
removed
there
them
you
when I
are.
removed all the other water.
Oh yeah, but that's obviously, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, all of these signs are obviously just temporary, you know. If you guys have other ideas when you come over here and get inspired by something else, then just go for it, sure. You know, it's all
Yeah.
temporary, apart from maybe the castle, because somebody already started terraforming that.
Yeah.
Well, we just built the bridge.
Yeah.
Dirt
Yeah.
bridge. It's super fancy.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful.
Honestly though, already now that the grass is sort of starting to come along here in the valley here, it's really nice.
That's
so maybe
good.
around because there's gonna be a waterfall over there. Maybe keep these lakes and make a river from the waterfall and into the ocean here. Then have little river houses along the way or something like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. So then we have that and the evil stuff, and then we have this whole part of the island that is on the other side of the castle, but maybe we don't need to specify what's going to go there for now.
Yeah, because I could imagine that castle will take a bit longer to do than.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that's for sure, yeah.
Especially
the
since
first
I also have
project
a
really
huge
is the
tree I'm
landscape
working on
of
elsewhere, so.
The area for the castle, really, so that anybody can come and build some on the castle if they want to, basically.
Yeah.
Right. And we should probably think about, at least start thinking about block palettes and stuff like that. So
Yes.
if somebody does want to come out and do like a small project or something, we kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so the problem with that for me is that I don't have any blocks with me. But So
I
it's
have
already
very
that-
few, and most of them consist of cobblestone. So
Yeah. So maybe I don't know if are you guys alright if I go into creative and just start placing blocks down in a block palette kind of way?
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, I don't
Just
bother
as long
me.
as you don't make me go into creative, I'll be fine.
No, don't worry about it.
Because
Actually,
I'm
kind of
liable to blow
dangerous
it up.
go into creative mode when you have your gear on yourself, because you might accidentally delete everything.
Yikes.
Just don't type /clear like Jonah Hill.
No,
Yeah.
that's it.
Joe Hills.
Alright, so
Yeah, Joe Hill.
my idea for trees is dark oak, and we can have oak leaves or dark oak leaves, but you can mix and match leaves, can't you? As you please. That would be my basic idea of a tree. What would we want to make the castle out of? Are we talking like? Are we talking?
I would say the basic structure would be out of something like various types of stone, but then again, obviously there'd be different elements like greenery and stuff around it.
Has anyone
Alright.
been watching the Mobile Lisa project?
That's a fake block, Kairi. That's a creative block. Give it back. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I guess diorite is out. Stone, though. Diorite is stone.
Unless you can hide it very well.
Okay. I have an idea then. This will revolutionize everything. Polished diorite.
Maybe.
That one's pretty good, I think.
I'm not like Iskall. I'll tell you that. I may not like it direct, but I'm not Iskall.
No, that's fair enough. No, okay, but you know the alternative is to go quartz, maybe. Because there are stairs and slabs, and you know it looks nice and white. But of course, it's a pain to get in large quantities.
Yeah, and I would imagine.
I would volunteer to do that. Get the quartz. I don't mind the nether.
Well, if we think about, from what I know about Oberon's Castle and Midsummer's Night's Dream, it would be more to me like, of course it'd be more of like, well, they have the Unseelie and the Seelie, and it's like the Winter Court, that would be more like snow, whereas Oberon is like summer. So,
Yeah. But see, the cool thing is with, well, that being said, so green and also blue terracotta go really well with quartz. But that being said, they also go well with stone. Stone brick. You can have quite nice contrasts with those.
Yeah, I think that pop of color would definitely help with all the grip.
Yeah, and then you can also go with the concrete versions, which are a bit brighter. If I can even find green, blue, where am I? Yeah, here. And if you're daring, for that little highlight, you can go for that one as well. But what also is nice with blue is we have lapis, which has a bit of texture on it.
It's an expensive building block.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, but it would be for highlights, of course. You know, nothing.
Okay,
I'm
hold
not
on. Let me
expecting
see
you to
this
have
as
this
you
green.
guys are seeing. Okay, I can agree to that. Because my resource packs make things slightly different than you guys, so not that much, but still.
Another idea as well, actually. The thing with lapis is you can also use that as a nice complement. And for greens, we also have emerald blocks, don't we? Although that is very no. But the
Yeah, I'd say no
emerald
to the
ore
emerald
might
block
work.
itself, as in the not that, but the other. So
Yeah, the actual emerald block is way too weird in its greenness. But
yeah.
this could work at some point, maybe. I don't know. So is this like the... And then, of course, for stone, we have all the variants hither and thither. You can mix and match. What am I forgetting? Smooth stone. And of course, because we have green, mossy cobblestone will also work really well as a highlight block. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Even
like that.
even gravel, even gravel can work in walls and stuff like that. And the cool thing is, then we have all the slabs and stairs we could ever want, because you know there are cobble and stone brick slabs, and also we have, of course, the chisel stone bricks and the cracked stone bricks and the mossy stone bricks. We have all the blocks. Play with. How does that sound?
Yeah, I like the looks of this.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, I like it.
The only thing is, we need something brown. We need a wood. And yeah, we could go with dark oak. But we could also go with oak. I suppose. I don't know what you think.
Maybe the dark oak would be better, or do you think it would be too much if we're gonna build the trees mostly out of dark oak? Or at least makes more sense.
But it does make more sense. What we can do is we can have vegetation around the castle that is mostly made out of oak. And then as we go deeper into the woods, it becomes dark oak. And then we have dark oak for the castle. Yeah?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like that idea as well, actually. Alright, that's cool. I'm gonna get out of creative now. Yeah. It feels uncomfortable. Something, guys.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the plan is landscaping this here hill, and then maybe start looking at laying out the castle and stuff like that, and then I'll start with some woods. Man, I fell down. Some woods and some trees and some goodies like that, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it. The Fae Dominion.
We need like a theme song.
Yes. Wonder if we can get the Tinkerbell theme tune or something.
Or maybe this I want to live in a mushroom.
Oh man. That would be that would be awesome.
So how do we want to do this, like, mountain kind of landscaping? Are we trying to make it like a big flat area to build a castle on, or are we trying to make it... What are we doing?
Yeah, I think we're trying to make it flat, and it can go sort of to over here, quite flat, and then it needs to be steep, quite steep down, maybe even down to this height, so that we have a couple of blocks here, which is kind of a valley. We can have water in it later on or something, right?
Okay.
And then it goes up again, the natural slope here. So you can follow this curvature here really for this hill, if you want to. I'm not saying you're doing it, by the way, but we can follow this curvature here for that hill, and we can follow this curvature here for this hill. For this side, the other side is trickier actually because it needs to be much more steep, much steeper, as you say in English. And so I guess that needs to have rock in it and stuff like that as well, over on this side here. But yeah, for now, anyway, we need to have a flat surface to start with the castle, I think. Otherwise, it's too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Man, I'm excited about this now, guys. This is gonna be cool.
Yeah, me too. This is gonna be fun.
Yes, I'm excited, especially since this all started as a joke.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a very good idea. I think it has a lot of different applications and potential, so that's why I thought it was a good idea to go for it. Also, I found that our first decision was the Dwarven Dominion, but I found that was I couldn't get excited about it after a while. It's many YouTubers and Minecrafters have done Dwarven things already, and it's like, oh man.
No. And you have your resident fairy here. Well, sort of.
Yeah, that's it.
Not that I'm an expert or
I
anything,
think
but
we're
still.
There is so much grass.
Yeah, no, it spreads.
This is awesome.
Well, I'm
Spreads
just
really quick.
up. Oh yeah, up here I'm planting it, but if it's spreading out there, that's awesome.
Yeah. You're gonna have to AFK out here for a bit, I suppose, but it'll spread quick, I think.
I don't know if anyone on this server knows how to do that.
AFK, what does that mean?
Skoozi, you're the master of AFKing, or do you reckon I am?
I don't know. I have spent many hours just not at my keyboard, so it might be me.
It might be me as well. I was fishing forever before.
Yeah, you were. You were always in that farm.
Yeah. Well, you know, I got a lot of books.
Yeah.
I did it then, so I don't have to do it now. Okay, so I guess we're done, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, friends, as you can see, the Fae Dominion, or Kairi as I would like to call it, has been started. But first, as you saw from the video, a few things need to be clarified on my end. First off, I have mentioned this before, but, well, there are many times in that video where you saw clear examples of, well, just how my autism affects me. Now, obviously, I am more of a higher functioning. I am on the higher functioning end of the autism spectrum. But, more importantly, Asperger's syndrome, which, well, one of the symptoms of which is varying rates of reaction. I can either react too quickly at the expense of all other thoughts, or not fast enough. More often than not, for me, it is the latter over the former. But anyway, I think it deserves to be said that I need to do that. Therefore, those fake blocks will despawn. And I intend to remain here until they do. And also, well, with other primers' help, I will be working on this castle. Since it's past due, I actually gave you guys a castle. And, well, I have experience with it. Seeing as, well, the first thing I ever built that wasn't your signature beginner's essentially box or hole in the ground was in fact a castle. There needs to be a castle somewhere. And what better castle than the signature castle of Oberon? Now, obviously, with my tree being a massive project, and this castle being, well, a very slightly smaller project, I do not expect to do this all by myself. But anyway, I will let that die right despawn. This has been Kairi, and I will see you in my next episode. Bye-bye.